When Perry left, I was shocked. You know, when he called me, he never directly spoke directly to Paulie, right? He spoke to me. You know, he never said no. I was like, Perry, you gotta tell Paul you're gonna leave. Him and Paul were having problems anyway, and I was trying to schmooze it out, and it just wasn't working. So Perry and I were like best friends. You know, we were on the road together. I found him his place in Long Island, and we started the dojo together. I mean, you know, you name it. You know, we were tight. You know, wives knew each other, the whole nine. You know what I mean? And Perry, he said, no, I gotta go. And it wasn't about money. You know, he didn't want to tag with Cronus no more. And I used to go on the road sometimes with him and Cronus together, and they didn't get along. I mean, in the beginning they did. As time went on, the more they got over, the more they didn't get along. John's a hard guy. You know, John Cronus, I mean, I love John. But what you see on TV is John Cronus. You know, he does that whoo and all that shit. I mean, you know, it's really him. You know, he's fucking nuts. You know, I mean, he's got a heart. I mean, he's a great-hearted guy. I mean, but he's just so hard. I mean, he's all about just chilling and having a good time. And you know, Perry and I, you know, I mean, Perry is all business. I'm the same way. So Perry and I have a lot of similarities. Now we have more, thanks to Perry. But no, but when he left, I was pissed. I was pissed that he was leaving because, I mean, you know, he was supposed to be here forever. You know, that's the way I looked at it. You know, I mean, we were tight. You know, I mean, you know, you guys were always around. You know, I mean, I was just shocked. You know, and it bothered me. And then we remained friends once he signed with them for a while. Right. And he told me what they had planned for him to do, and that's when there was problems. You know, because I had said no to them and stuff, and there was problems with. I'm sure you're gonna get to that too. Yeah. And I feel like they had him. Hey, go ahead and do your best friend's suplexes, and Perry knows that bothers me if someone does something. Well, it used to bother me if someone does something that I invented, like a T-bone suplex or a front head arm suplex or any unique throw. Just about I've came up with. I mean, right. Suplex has been part of wrestling for 100 years. But, you know, in pro wrestling, unique throws, and he had a goatee, and he had a short haircut. I mean, he had a hood on his head instead of a towel on his head. Yeah. I mean, just the whole thing, you know. I mean, pissed me off, you know, and I was just shocked he did it, you know. Now I really can care less. I mean, I really could. I mean, I wish Perry the best of success, you know, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? I hope he's happy. Yeah. You know, Perry left here, and he wanted to be a singles wrestler. He wanted to be by himself and all that stuff. But yet, he's part of a flock. Yeah. You know, so that kind of sucks for him. Yeah. But, you know, I really felt like Perry Saturn, I got him his fucking job in his company. You know, him and John Cronus. I seen a tape of them. I'm like, Paulie, you got to bring these guys in. These guys are amazing. Yeah. Oh, I heard of them, blah, 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 blah. Tony Rumble actually gave me a tape of them, sent me a tape. And then Perry and I talked on the phone one day for like an hour, man. We just clicked. We just got along. And I heard of him, he heard of me. And the weird thing is, we were supposed to tag for New Japan years ago. A lot of people didn't know this. Wow. And they were gonna. That was when I was working for them, and I thought I was gonna get a job. They were like, yeah, we're gonna tag with this guy from Boston named Perry Saturn. And I heard the name because he worked the Northeast Independence. I worked the Northeast Independence. And I heard of him, you know. Right. And we were gonna tag, and when I get to Japan, I'm like, well, where's my partner? They go, oh, no, something happened, and he's not here. And that was the last I heard of Perry Saturn. Yeah. And then when I seen the tape that Rumble sent me, and I heard the name, I'm like, fuck, I know that name. And then when Perry and I seen what he looked like. Yeah. And then when Perry and I talked, you know, we were like, he's like, you the same Taz? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, shit, you know, and it's just weird, you know, we just clicked. But it bothered me a lot that he left. I mean, you know, him and I were tighter than him and John, you know. Right. I mean, I thought that we were better friends than we were. I guess I was wrong, you know, because, you know, it'd be fine if Perry left ECW because he wanted more money, which wasn't the case. Right. He's not really making that much money he was here. And it'd be fine if Perry left because he was going to be a singles wrestler. I mean, Perry took so much pride in his look. You know, he got a great body, you know, not an ounce of body fat on him. And I remember when they told him he had to wear jeans and shit, and Doc Martens or whatever, and his flannels, he was fucking pissed. You know, he told me about it. He's like, God damn it, you know, I want to wear my trunks, and I'm a wrestler, you know, I'm not a gimmick. I'm like, I know Perry. I said, see what the fuck happened now, you know? And one thing led to another, and they put on him that they wanted him to do my style. And I was like, Perry, you do your own style. I like his old style better than my current style. I mean, I'm a fan of his work more than my own. I mean, Perry did some amazing shit. You know, I mean, it's still, whenever I don't watch their show, I don't want to say one of those wrestlers, I don't watch nothing else. I watch wrestling as much as I can. You understand, I got a life too, and I just need a break from the business sometimes. But when I see Perry, and I've seen him, you know, on WCW, and I still, to me, still don't look right on their TV. But he works for them, he don't work for us. You know, that's it. You know, he made his choice. I hope he's happy. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and bury him. You know, I mean, I can, but I ain't gonna. You know, I believe in karma. You know, I've done a lot for Perry. You know, and I don't say that to throw up to his face. I feel like he kind of slapped me in the face. He knows. We've talked. He might want to come across like he doesn't know why Taz is mad at him. He knows why Taz is mad at him. You know, I mean, you know, when this guy woke up from his knee surgery, you know, standing in that recovery room with him, you know, wasn't Paul Heyman, wasn't Scott Levy, wasn't Eric Bischoff, wasn't John Cronus, wasn't fucking Lick Boy, whatever the fuck he's called. You know, I mean, it wasn't any of these fucking guys, you know. It was me and my wife. You know, I'm the one who helped him up his steps to his apartment after his knee surgery. I'm the one who went food shopping with him. You know, I mean, you know, it was me. You know, I mean, I thought that would, you know, I mean, you train together, you start a dojo together, you break bread together, you go on a road together, you fucking share a hotel room together, you're on an airplane together, you're miserable with each other. You know, outside the business, you guys are tight. You know, and you know, I feel I taught Perry a lot of stuff too. A lot of things about mat work he wanted to learn, and I would take the time to teach him. And he knows that. He admitted that when we left. He's like, we stood in his very office. We said goodbye. We shook hands. We hugged. You know, and you know, because Paulie wanted him out of here. You know, which was fine. And you can't blame Paul. You know, fuck. And he's like, man, I learned so much from you. You know, I'm like, I learned from him too, though. There's some things I learned from him. It's obvious that I'm pissed, you know, and it's obvious that I'm insulted, you know, it's obvious that it's like pussy, but my feelings were not hurt that he left the company, you know, just the way he left. I mean, Paul did so much for him, man. I mean, believe me, I mean, Paul did a lot for this guy, you know, in and out of the industry. I mean, he did a lot for him, you know, and I just can't believe Perry, man. He didn't even shake Paul's hand and say, listen, man, thanks a lot. Goodbye. Not even here's my notice or I'll do a job on the way out. None of that dumb shit. None of that. You know, not even like, hey, Paulie, thanks a lot. I think you're a fucking asshole, but thank you. Nothing. And I just still, I can't believe it.
Wow.
I'm the only one left in the company that can't get over it. Everybody else is like, fuck him, he's gone. You know, and you know, I guess because you know, I always kept my guard up my whole life because of where I grew up and where I grew up, never to get swerved or lied to by someone or misconceptions about someone. But I guess because I was wrong about Perry, that's why it bothers me so much. Because I feel like a fucking jabroni. I'm fucking pissed. I'm very pissed. You know, if I seen Perry here right now, I mean, I wouldn't say, hey, bastard, stop beating him up, you know. I wouldn't do that, you know, and I don't expect Perry to do that with me either, you know, but he's not welcome in any locker room in ECW that I'm in. So, I just...
You think he'll be back?
As long as I'm here, because if he comes back here, I can't work here if he's here. I just can't work here if he's here. Paul wants to bring him back, that's up to Paul, but you know, I don't run the company, Paul does, but I can't work here if my boss decides to bring back a person who left the way he left our company.